Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 12 motorcycles owners refuse to sell no matter what they're offered. Number 12. Honda Rebel 1100. The Honda Rebel 1100 has quickly ascended to forever bike status for American riders who demand leader-class performance without the traditional maintenance headaches or the steep prestige tax of high-end cruisers. This motorcycle is a masterclass in versatility, powered by a retuned 1084cc parallel twin engine borrowed from the world-conquering Africa Twin. Owners refuse to sell this machine because it bridges the gap between a relaxed cruiser and a corner-carving naked bike. When you consider that a used 1100 can be found for between $8,000 and $9,000 in 2026, it becomes clear why listings are so rare. Beyond the raw specs, the Rebel 1100 earns its place in the garage through its low-slung, accessible chassis that doesn't feel intimidating despite its massive power. Owners often find that once they have experienced the reliability of the Honda drivetrain and the convenience of the modern electronic suite, everything else on the market feels like a step backward or an unnecessary expense. Choosing to keep a Rebel 1100 is a decision rooted in the realization that it does everything well. Number 11. Triumph Bonneville T120. The Triumph Bonneville T120 is more than just a motorcycle. It is a piece of rolling art that owners tend to hold onto for life. In the USA, the T120 is prized for its high-torque, 1200cc parallel twin engine that delivers effortless power with a quintessential British soul. Owners refuse to part with this machine because it perfectly balances a 1950s aesthetic with 2026 reliability and modern safety features like Brembo brakes and switchable traction control. When you invest $12,000 into a T120, you are buying a machine that is universally respected and never goes out of style. They know that even if they were offered a premium price, finding another bike with the same charisma and mechanical refinement is a nearly impossible task. The emotional bond with a Bonneville is often tied to its timeless silhouette, which looks just as good parked in front of a coffee shop as it does carving through the Appalachian Mountains. Unlike high-strung sport bikes that feel outdated after a few years, the T120 only seems to gain character with age. The 270-degree firing order provides a soulful rumble that resonates with the rider, creating a sensory experience that modern sterilized bikes simply cannot replicate. This bike offers a timeless silhouette and a refined riding experience, making it a prized possession that owners plan to keep until the wheels fall off. Number 10. Honda Shadow 750. The Honda Shadow 750 is a bike that owners simply refuse to sell because it is the ultimate no-headache cruiser. In the American market, the Shadow 750 has earned a cult following for its bulletproof 745cc V-twin and its maintenance-free shaft drive system found on several models. Riders who have owned their Shadows for 10 or 20 years often turn down cash offers because they know they cannot buy this level of absolute reliability for $3,000 to $5,000 in 2026. It becomes a member of the family, the bike that always starts on the first thumb of the button, never leaks a drop of oil, and handles every Sunday group ride with ease. For many, it represents the purest form of American cruising without the financial burden or mechanical fragility of more prestigious domestic brands. The Shadow's secret is its understressed engine design. It isn't trying to be the fastest bike on the road. It is designed to be the most consistent. This low-revving nature means internal wear is minimal, allowing these bikes to reach six-figure mileage with only basic oil changes. Owners appreciate the low seat height and the stable center of gravity, which makes the bike feel like an extension of their own body. In an era where bikes are becoming increasingly complex with sensors and computers, the mechanical honesty of the Shadow 750 is a breath of fresh air. Choosing to keep this bike means valuing a worry-free relationship with a machine that has proven its worth over thousands of trouble-free miles. Number 9. Triumph Street Twin. The Triumph Street Twin, often referred to as the Speed Twin 900 in newer catalogs, is a favorite among American urban riders who value a bike that is just right. Owners are fiercely protective of these machines because they offer the most accessible entry point into the premium British twin experience. The 900cc engine is celebrated for its mid-range punch and an exhaust note that sounds better than almost any other stock bike on the market in 2026. Used models remain highly sought after for around $6,000 to $8,000, but listings are rare because the owners genuinely enjoy the lightweight handling and effortless style. Owners often cite the high-torque nature of the engine as the primary reason they won't sell. You don't have to chase the red line to find the power. It's right there at your fingertips the moment the light turns green. The build quality is another major factor, with high-quality paint and metal components that resist the wear and tear of daily use. Many owners have spent years personalizing their street twins with Triumph's vast accessory catalog, making the bike a unique reflection of their personality. Selling it would mean losing all that history and the perfect ergonomic setup they have spent years refining. This motorcycle delivers a balanced, premium feel that keeps owners satisfied long after the initial novelty has worn off. Number 8. Royal Enfield Classic 350. The Royal Enfield Classic 350 is a motorcycle that owners keep because it provides a purity of experience that modern high-tech bikes often lack. In the USA, the Classic 350 has found a massive niche among riders who want a relaxed, vintage-feeling machine that is backed by modern mechanical integrity. With its 349cc J-Series engine, it offers a smooth, rhythmic 20-degree thumping sensation that is genuinely therapeutic on a winding country road. Since it only costs about $4,600 brand new in 2026, owners don't see the point in selling it for a few $1,000s on the used market. The joy it brings per dollar spent is simply too high to justify letting it go. Owners frequently describe the Classic 350 as their forever companion because of its unpretentious nature. It doesn't demand that you ride fast or dress in full racing leathers. It just asks you to enjoy the ride. The fuel-injected engine starts reliably every time, and the build quality, featuring heavy-duty steel and metal fenders, gives it a solid, permanent feel that plastic-heavy modern bikes lack. It's the kind of bike that looks better with a little road grime and a few stories to tell. For many American owners, this bike represents an escape from the frantic pace of modern life, acting as a mechanical anchor that provides a consistent, soulful experience every time the engine kicks to life. Number 7. Honda Gold Wing. The Honda Gold Wing is the undisputed king of the touring world, and once a rider experiences its unparalleled comfort, they rarely ever consider another machine. American long-distance travelers refuse to sell their Gold Wings because the bike is essentially a luxury grand tourer on two wheels. The 1800cc flat-six engine is legendary for its electric-smooth power delivery and its ability to clear 300,000 miles without a major overhaul. With a 2026 price point for new models reaching over $25,000, owners of older wings know that their machines are still superior in build quality to almost any other brand-new tourer. The community surrounding the Gold Wing is another reason owners stay loyal. These bikes are built for the long haul, and owners often spend years customizing them with specialized seats, lighting, and communication systems. Selling a Gold Wing feels like selling a home. The mechanical reliability is so high that owners never fear the next big repair, allowing them to plan trips years in advance with total confidence in their machine. This motorcycle provides a level of engineering excellence and comfort that makes every long-distance journey feel like a first-class flight on two wheels. Number 6. Harley-Davidson Fat Boy. The Harley-Davidson Fat Boy is an American icon that owners hold onto for its massive road presence and the raw power of the Milwaukee 114 engine. With its signature solid-disc Lakester wheels and steamroller-style tires, the Fat Boy is a visual statement that owners are incredibly proud to display. In 2026, a clean Fat Boy can still command upwards of $16,000 to $18,000, but many owners refuse to sell because it represents the bike they dreamed of owning since they were children. The mechanical rumble and the sheer wall of torque available at the twist of the wrist create an emotional bond that a simple bank transfer cannot satisfy. It is a piece of American muscle that provides a king-of-the-road feeling every time it leaves the driveway. The Fat Boy isn't just about the look, it's about the heritage. Owners often spend years adding chrome, custom exhausts, and personalized touches that make the bike a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Because the soft-toe chassis is so well-balanced, it offers a surprisingly comfortable ride for such a muscular machine. Every time the 1800cc engine fires up, it sends a vibration through the frame that reminds the rider they are sitting on a piece of history. For many American enthusiasts, the Fat Boy is the ultimate realization of the Harley-Davidson dream. To sell it would be to give up a part of their identity, which is why these bikes often stay with their original owners for decades. Number 5. Yamaha V Star 250. The Yamaha V Star 250 is a surprising entry on this list, but many veteran riders in the USA refuse to sell theirs even after they graduate to much larger, more expensive motorcycles. They keep the V Star because it is the ultimate pure bike. It's lightweight, incredibly fuel-efficient at nearly 80 miles per gallon, and possesses a genuine V-twin soul. In 2026, it cost almost nothing to insure and maintain, making it the perfect second bike for quick errands, city commuting, or teaching friends and family members how to ride. Owners realize that selling it for $2,500 won't change their financial life, but losing the ability to hop on such a simple, joyful machine would be a massive loss to their riding experience. What makes the V Star 250 so sticky for owners is its mechanical simplicity. There are no radiators to leak, no complex computers to glitch, and no massive weight to struggle with in a parking lot. It is a bike that reminds you that you don't need 100 horsepower to have a great time on two wheels. It's the Honda Civic of the cruiser world, always ready, always reliable, and surprisingly fun to toss around corners. Many owners find that they actually put more miles on their V Star 250 in a year than they do on their heavy touring bikes, because it is just so easy to live with. This bike is a loyal servant that asks for very little and gives back years of dependable riding, making it an indispensable part of the garage. Number 4. Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. The Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 has earned its never-sell status by being the first bike from the brand to truly master the highway-capable cruiser format for the American market. Owners are consistently impressed by the 648cc parallel twin smoothness and the bike's high-quality Showa suspension and robust steel frame. For around $7,000 in 2026, it offers a premium heavy-duty feel that rivals bikes costing twice as much. Owners refuse to sell because they feel they've found a hack in the motorcycle market, a bike that looks like a high-end custom build, but runs with modern precision and fuel-injected reliability. The emotional connection to the Super Meteor 650 comes from its authenticity. It isn't trying to imitate an American cruiser. It has a character all its own, with a 270-degree crank that gives it a satisfying rhythmic pulse. Owners love the overbuilt feel of the components, from the aluminum switchgear to the solid feel of the kickstand. It's a bike that feels like it was built to last for 40 years, not 5. Because it is so comfortable for long-distance touring, it often becomes the primary vehicle for road trips and rallies. Owners know that if they sold it, they would struggle to find anything else that offers the same blend of style, comfort, and reliability without spending $15,000 or more. This bike offers a soul-stirring experience that remains dependable year after year, making it a permanent partner for your adventures. Number 3. Suzuki SV650. The Suzuki SV650 is the bike that owners keep because it is the perfect all-rounder that refuses to be categorized. Whether it's the original curvy models from the early 2000s or the modern 2026 versions, the 645cc 90-degree V-twin is an engine that riders never grow tired of. Owners refuse to sell because the SV650 is just as at home on a racetrack as it is on a cross-country tour or a daily commute. With used prices for clean units hovering around $4,000 to $6,000, Owners know they could never buy another bike with this much personality and mechanical reliability for that amount of money. It is the Goldilocks of motorcycles. Not too big, not too small, and virtually indestructible. The SV650 community is massive, meaning there is an endless supply of parts and knowledge available. Owners often spend years perfecting the suspension and ergonomics to fit their specific riding style, making the bike a custom-tailored tool. It has a narrow profile that makes it a dream for lane filtering and city riding, yet it has enough top-end power to keep up with much larger sport bikes. Mastering the road on an SV650 provides a thrill that never fades, supported by a mechanical heart that refuses to give up. This bike bridges the gap between adrenaline and practicality, ensuring it stays in your collection for decades. Number 2. Yamaha XSR700. The Yamaha XSR700 is a motorcycle that owners cherish for its incredible CP2 engine and its neo-retro customization potential. In the USA, owners often spend thousands of dollars personalizing their XSRs, turning them into unique reflections of their personal style. Because the 689cc engine is so notoriously reliable and the chassis is so playful, owners see no reason to ever upgrade to a larger bike. In 2026, with a used value of around $7,000, owners would much rather keep the bike than take the cash, knowing that the XSR700 is a modern classic that will likely only become more desirable over time. The 270-degree crossplane crank gives the XSR700 a distinct personality and a torquey power delivery that makes every ride exciting. It's light enough to be a playful city bike, but stable enough to handle highway speeds for hours on end. Owners appreciate that they are riding a machine with a world-class engine that is used in everything from adventure bikes to race bikes, ensuring that parts will always be available. The XSR700 is a blank canvas bike, and once an owner has painted their masterpiece on it through modifications, the idea of selling it becomes unthinkable. This bike offers a perfect blend of modern reliability and classic charm, ensuring that it remains a prized and permanent part of your riding history. Number 1. Honda Rebel 500. The Honda Rebel 500 is the number 1 bike owners refuse to sell because it is the most user-friendly, reliable, and versatile motorcycle in the American market. While many riders start on it as beginners, they quickly realize that its 471cc parallel twin is all the bike they actually need for 90% of their real-world riding. Owners love the low 27-inch seat height and the fact that it costs almost nothing to run and insure. In 2026, the Rebel 500 remains a top seller, and used units are rarely on the market for long because owners would much rather keep them as spare bikes or daily commuters than let them go for a few $1,000s. The Rebel 500 has a unique ability to disappear underneath the rider, making the act of motorcycling feel natural and effortless. It's the bike you grab when you want to clear your head without worrying about weight, complexity, or mechanical issues. The slipper clutch makes shifting like butter, and the fuel injection is perfectly tuned for a smooth response. Even as riders buy dream bikes that are faster or more expensive, they often find themselves returning to the Rebel 500 for its pure, uncomplicated joy. The Rebel 500 is the ultimate forever bike for the pragmatic American rider. This bike doesn't just meet expectations. It exceeds them every time you thumb the starter, offering a worry-free relationship that lasts a lifetime. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.